All right, happy Monday night, everybody. Welcome to the daily broadcast, emanating forth, coming to you from the beautiful Arctic Air Studios, where again today you were getting back sweat. It was bad. It was hot in West Texas, and hopefully your AC was standing up to it. If not, you know what to do. Call the bear. If you want a great career in the HVAC industry, you need to call Shane, my man Shane there at Arctic Air. Get in, not a job, a career. That if you have been looking to do something different, you got a little wits about you, they'll make it happen. Call the bear, Arctic Air. All right, tonight we got Texas Tech football. Why are you optimistic? Why are you pessimistic? As we get closer, we are 2 Mondays away. Well, next week and then the one after that, it'll be game week. So you look at the projections, you look at everything. What's making you optimistic right now? August optimism is great. What's making you pessimistic? When you look at the people saying, it could be 8 wins, 9 wins, 10 wins, 7 wins, where are you falling down on that and why? And then it's Helmet Sticker Monday. Everybody who is awesome deserves a Raiderland helmet sticker, sports or non-sports today and every day. We celebrate greatness in Raiderland. Also, Heinz 57, proper condiment for all breakfast meals, thanks to JJ Clean, West Texas Driving Range Pro. Got that going on Twitter today. And maybe we'll talk about Shasta Cola and Dagan McDowell from Fox Business Channel and Fox News. I don't know. You guys tell me. Let's get it going. I want you guys, the early arrivals, you let me know the audio is good, the video is good. Simple, it's easy to do. Give us hearts, thumbs up. Then share this with your friends out there. Invite them in. We're talking everything they care about in West Texas and beyond. In 3, in 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, TheRaiderland.com. You started your day on the website. You were there this weekend. You read the column, 5 things we know on a Sunday. Everything we do is archived there. So I assume if you haven't gone there today, after tonight, you'll go there and then you'll share it with your friends. Brought to you in part by Domino's Pizza on a Monday. We're this close to Monday Night Football. You don't need football to have great Domino's Pizza. Get the app, Domino's.com. Download the app. Got great specials and everything. The other night, hanging out with some friends, we had the old deep dish, which I hadn't had in a while from Domino's. I like the Brooklyn, I like the thin crust deep dish. Like 3 slices in, I'm going, that's a lot of pizza. That's good. That's good. So anytime you're ordering in Lubbock, tell them thanks for being a part of Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. We appreciate that. Also by Lifts West Hotel and Condominium in Red River, New Mexico. You still got time to sneak out. What do we got? What do we got coming up? Got a music fest maybe this weekend? I can't remember. Then you got Oktoberfest coming up and Aspencade and everything else. Hey, it don't matter. You just need to call Billy. Get in there. All of the communication, including Jacob's View on YouTube, jumping in, telling us X still up, you on. I think that means Twitter's on and stuff, but he's watching on YouTube, and that's cool. United Supermarkets, Market Street, so many locations around Lubbock, West Texas, and wherever you may find yourself. Great supporters of Texas Tech, huge believers in Raiderland. Thank you for being out there. And then all the Western wear we wear. I got to go out there this week and get new boots. I am treating myself for my birthday to new boots, and my wife will probably be very pleased. I look like a homeless man in the boots I'm wearing right now, but I like them. They're comfortable. So, helmet stickers, you know how this works. Every Monday, it's a reward. We want to make helmet stickers great again. Helmet stickers in the 70s, early 80s, even in the 60s a little bit. We're so cool. We love it. Tech had great helmet stickers in the 70s and 80s. They were big white stickers with the Mask Rider Double T logo. That's, if you see the picture on the website, TheRaiderland.com, that's Jim Hart. He played safety the first couple of years. Was he Odessa Perman or Odessa High? And then he went to quarterback after Ron Reeves. And the dude rocked the helmet sticker. They were huge. They were massive. So we hand out helmet stickers to people that are cool, awesome, do great stuff that you want to celebrate, sports or non-sports. Like my wife, we're fighting the battle of the grubs. All right, we got grubs in our yard. And the yard is her thing. That's like her baby, and she's mad, she's pissed. And all I had to do was load up the spreader today with the grub killer And as soon as she got home from work, she attacked it. I'm like, she comes back in like 5 minutes later, like, you killed you I mean, do a perimeter or did you do got it all? And she had a look on her face like, that 1,000-yard stare that warriors have. She had a 1,000-yard grub stare. She gets a helmet sticker. Then with Tech football tonight, we'll start talking about, and this is still big picture stuff. I'm not going to do my prediction until the 26th. Monday the 26th, I'll give you my win prediction for Texas Tech. I told you last week I leaned over 7.5. I soft lean right now on the 8. It all depends on injuries, and I'm still looking at the teams you got to play and saying, all right, are they going to be any good or are they going to do? But tonight, I want you to give me the reasons why you're energized or you're fired up, why you have hope that this Texas Tech team is going to be good, or why you're pessimistic that you got questions, legitimate questions. That's okay. You can do that. You should have legitimate questions. It's okay. Anybody, any media person, anybody who tells you, well, you just got to believe. No, you don't got to believe. It costs too much anymore to be a fan. You don't have to believe. You have to believe in your own eyesight. You have to sit there and go, okay, this is what I think. But you don't have to sit there blindly on any sport, college or otherwise, and just say, yeah, they're going to be great, man, because I'm a fan and they need me to be a fan. That's stupid. All right. All right, let's see what we got here. Gotta go back up a little bit here. The fake Natalie Maines, who may or may not be more interesting or even more attractive than the real Natalie Maines. Well, I probably doubt. I gave us at least 4 conference wins, maybe 5, or I give, not give. If Morton goes down, we're toast. I'm going to stop right there. Yes. If Morton goes down, if he gets hurt on this team early, midpoint season, thank you for playing. See you next year. There's just, unless Hammond or, well, that's pretty much it. I'm pessimistic because of all the talk last year. And this year's team could be beat last year's bowl team by 2 touchdowns. Okay. I get it. You know what their job is hyping to sell a team. So don't listen to coaches. Don't listen to PR people. Don't listen to that. You have a brain. God gave fake Natalie Maines a brain. Use it. Joey McGuire's job is to sell tickets and breed optimism both within the program and outside the program. The last thing you wanted to do was come out and say, hell, we lost so much and we had a really hard time recruiting and holding on to talent. You don't want that. They do that, you get mad. But then you sit there and go, I get mad because they believed in the team and they sold me and I drank the Kool-Aid, which is stupid to say because everybody who drank the Kool-Aid in Jonestown, Guyana, died. So come up with a better expression. The talk has been toned down, but it's still a lot of coach speak. That's what coaches do. And that's why we need to bring back Ask Coach Hyatt. Maybe Tuesdays we'll do Ask Coach Hyatt. And I'll tell you what they really want to say. Might as well get 2 pair. I don't know what that means. Helmet sticker to happy birthday, Joey McGuire. Yeah, that was over the weekend, I think. Not really sure. I remember it happening. Randy, I met a bartender at the Nugget just down the street from Purgatory named Crockett. Said he used to bartend at Bull, and he's bartended all over Red River. And Crockett, not ringing a bell. Probably if I saw him, probably know who he is. Chris, wide receiver room could be lights out. Okay, here's the wide receiver room. Micah Hudson, and you better make everybody else in the wide receiver room. When do we start using wide receiver room? Or not just wide receiver, but room. Quarterback room, wide receiver room. There are many rooms in my father's house. And is it biblical? I don't know. Cracks me up. The wide receiver room will be as good as Micah Hudson is because the last couple of years it's been substandard. From route running to separation to blocking. It better be better because it's been substandard really for about 10 years for the most part. Michael Byrne off of YouTube, and we love YouTube, thanks to United Supermarkets and Market Street, where you could just duck in. get some cold fried chicken. Did you know that? You can go to the deli, eat cold fried chicken. My wife, if she's watching and she's not, she could verify this. Last week, me and a friend got talking about how we used to do that on trips and stuff, like growing up and whatever, picnics and everything, cold fried chicken and eating pork and beans out of the can. And I stopped at Market Street. I got cold fried chicken. And it was a big old mess of it for like next to nothing. And a can of pork and beans, opened it up and ate it out right out of the can. Now, I did put it on a plate because I didn't want to freak the wife out too much that I'm eating out of the can. I was hoping she wouldn't notice. She noticed. Raiderland helmet sticker to Steph Curry, the U.S. men's basketball team, for winning gold after 2 close games. Yeah, I mean, they ought to. Steph Curry, stupid good. I think we know that. Steph Curry, fearless. Steph Curry, give me the ball. I'll shoot over anything. Steph Curry, legend. And he's also ruining basketball players who are like 8, 9, 10, 12, 15 years old. They all think they're going to be Steph Curry. They're not going to be Steph Curry. Yeah, Randy, they have their own rooms in a lot of athletic complexes now. I'm not sure why our room was 5x5 patch of grass on back practice. Yeah, they all have their meeting rooms. They all this. That's kind of where that comes from. I was just being a little facetious, having a little fun with you. Relax. Yeah, it cracks me up though. It's the receiving group, it's the receivers, it's the guys out there. I mean, if Spike around, certainly, my gosh. I mean, we got like the #1 rated receiver in America. But it's only going to be as good as Micah Hudson is good because they're still playing catch up, in my opinion, totally. We get Latin off of YouTube. If they watched Washington's screen game, like they said, the midfield screen is going to be really good. Okay, so we talked about the screen game last week, and there are 1,000,001 ways to run a screen game. The screen game only works if you're willing to run the ball. And good news, Kitley's willing to run the ball. So you have to respect that. Then you have to respect the movement away with the offensive lineman. Now, when we talk about a middle screen, there are a lot of different middle screens. There's a comeback screen. There's X-Missile. There are about, Baskin Robbins on middle screens. In order to run a middle screen effectively, they have to respect the outside, not to hang in the middle. So how do we do that? Well, we've either proven we can run outside. We've moved the 7 techs and 9 techs out, and we moved the linebacker out that we can still get up the field on. Everything builds on everything. But I love the fact they're talking about doing better on the screen game. I think this team is really personnel-wise set up to do good stuff on the screen game. Ain't nothing changed from the late 60s, and really it was the 70s when the screen came into vogue, and it was Tom Landry, who was a defensive guy who really did a great job of the screen game, and he figured they could run that effectively out of the shotgun. Imagine that. Thank you, Roger Staubach. We're in a jailbreak screen with Nehemiah Glover. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That's X-Missile. You can call it jailbreak, whatever. That's coming back. That's coming back in. And Nehemiah Glover was a really good receiver to run that with. You know, he kind of hide back there. Not quite like Jakeem Grant, but he could kind of hide. All right, so we're rocking and rolling. This is when David Collier from KMAC 28 usually joins us tonight. And I don't know if he has helmet stickers. And by the way, stay till the end tonight, please, about another 10 minutes, so I can talk about 2 people that are getting Raiderland helmet stickers posthumously tonight that mean a lot to me for different reasons. So hang with us on that. So helmet stickers go to the people that have impressed you, whatever, sports or non-sports. They've been awesome. We ask you tonight, from a football standpoint, why are you optimistic about this team? What gives you reason to think they're going to be good, whatever your version of good is, or what is the pessimism? And to sound like a broken record, the reason for pessimism is it's not that I don't believe in the offensive line. It's not my job to believe in the offensive line. All right? I don't have to believe in the offensive line. I don't have to wake up every day and do sort of incantation where I believe in the offensive line. But until they prove to me that they have improved, that they're better, that they will block better, that they will not be leaky on the backside. If I heard it once, I heard it 1,000. I got a little leaky on the backside there. Yeah, that's what kills you. The offensive line, to me, is the biggest reason to be pessimistic if you want to be, that we just don't know. And you're not going to know nothing against ACU. You shouldn't be playing them in the first place. You won't learn that much more against Washington State. And you won't learn that much more against North Texas State. You won't really learn anything. And you ought to beat Arizona State. You can go a full month into the season maybe until we really find out, can this team hang against quality Big 12 teams up front? And for me, that's it. That's the end of the story. Can you pass protect? Can you run the way you need to run? Well, dude, we had like an 18,000-yard rusher last year. Yeah, you did. You also couldn't keep your quarterbacks upright. You got killed in situational plays. Chris, I think Isaac Smith will be a monster on the defensive side. 6'6", 260 now. No. 6'1", 230. If he's that. If he's that. So to me, it's the offensive line that, the defensive line is not going to be great. It's not going to be bad. It's not going to be great. We like this linebacking core. You've got a lot of experience coming back, so you feel good about that. Every year it seems like you go, we got 5,000 defensive backs, and they're all going to sort out. Okay, well, somebody will sort out. Somebody will play. The big reason you need 5,000 defensive backs is you got to play a lot of nickel and dime these days. How much are we paying ACU or North Texas to play? Probably around $1 million. I don't have the contract. Don Williams question right there. It's anywhere anymore on the buy-ins from $750,000 and everything else. Why do we pay them if it doesn't help us learn anything by playing them? Great freaking question, Randy. Because nobody else wants to play you, and they don't, and you don't want to play them. Because all the teams you might want to play, and when I say you might want to play a fan, the coaches are like, oh hell no. Until they're forced into it when we have the next realignment. Thank you, Kyle Whittingham, out there in Utah, talking about the next realignment. When we finally get to an NFL-style 32-64, and everybody in there has to play everybody every week, and you got to play good teams, this is what you're going to get. And then you get the excuse, well, these schedules were made 42 years ago. We were coming out of Vietnam. We weren't really sure who we were going to have. It was, hard putting a roster together after the war. We had to play ACC. Oh, they turned into ACU. Yeah, we got to play them. In UNT, man, well, we signed a contract in '89 with Spike. Scotty Davis was at UNT, beat Tech in Lubbock, 1988 fall. So, no, get rid of those teams. And you will in the future. Because TV is going to demand that the quality teams play quality teams. And that's what they're going to do. So what's going to happen? Really disappointed in David Collier tonight. So your reasons for optimism, your reasons for pessimism, if you have reasons for pessimism. Another reason for optimism, or maybe my biggest one, is Baron Moore. That I do believe that if he is a healthy quarterback and starts 10 games out of 12, which would be really good these days in college football, not just Tech. A lot of people focus on their school, look around college football. Hard to keep a college quarterback upright for 12 games these days. That if you got 10 starts out of him this year, I do believe the guy is a difference maker. I believe he makes people better. And if he's healthy, and if he's throwing the ball effectively, and he wasn't throwing it effectively, he was beat up last year, that if he's got the arm right, he's got what we used to call moxie. I like moxie. It's really good. Or you just used to say he's a badass. Whatever. Randy, will the NFL style realignment that's coming to have us in a more regional Southwest Conference League where we're in a pod with the SIPs, A&M, OSU, and the Root Hog or Die out there in Arkansas. It'll be more like NFL divisions is what you're getting at. It'll be more regionally based on the divisions. You will be in divisions. You will not have conferences anymore. Your school may play in a conference in other sports, but in football, the idea of the Big 12, the SEC, whatever, that's going to be replaced and fill in the, the ESPN West versus the CBS South. It's not going to be based on conference. So get the mind past the idea of the league, and the league is 64 teams, and then you're in divisions split into East, West, nationally, whatever. However, so long story short, yes, they will be grouped more regionally. Now, is that good or bad for Tech? I guess we'll find out when we get there. But yes, you will do that. Now, let's stop this. We've taken football out of the mix of every other sport in college sports, and they're going to do the same thing because it's going to be economically sound to go back with basketball, men's and women, baseball, certainly non-rev sports, women's basketball, and you will see a tighter regional grouping. You won't see West Virginia playing Texas Tech. You won't see Cincinnati playing Tech in baseball. You won't see UCF in baseball. That will get grouped back out into a more regional setting because, again, the idea of the conference 5 to 10 years from now will be dead as we understand it today, as we see it today. So, yes, the big question right there with the NFL realignment style, you're going to see NFL-style divisions. For better or worse, right? You want the money, you got to go get the money. All right, it's Helmet Sticker Monday. I got 2 helmet stickers to give out. The first one is going to go to Bobby Davis, longtime Friendship football coach. Never played football. Yeah, never played there. Bobby Davis passing away over the weekend. I saw him about a month ago at a local restaurant and visited with him for just briefly. Told him how much I enjoyed calling his games back in the 1990s. Davis was just, legend, West Texas high school football, coaching in Wranglers, 13 MWZ Wranglers, starched dark blue boots, hat, you name it. Took Friendship from the ranks of 2A all the way up to 5A. I can still remember I was in high school when Friendship made the jump to 4A from 3A. And one of their first district games was against Estacado. It was 63-0 Estacado at the half. Lewis Kelly, the head coach. And all of us Coronado kids were laughing, going, yeah, whatever. And it wasn't that much longer after we graduated, a few years later, and all of a sudden Friendship and Coronado were playing each other. But I did a lot of Friendship games back in the early mid-90s, high school, a few more later. But most of my high school play-by-play was in the early to mid-90s, right around the time the Williams and Hyatt show was getting started and a little bit after that. And I got a lot of great Friendship games. I got a chance to visit and interview and talk to Coach Davis and different stuff. And he was always, really nice, asking how my dad was doing and, how everything was going on that. And he was just maybe the last, maybe the last West Texas iconic coach around here that could wear the Wranglers, that could do that on the sidelines. And the affluent alumni and the affluent parents are like, oh, he's making us look bad. He's not wearing khakis and he's not, So a helmet sticker to Bobby Davis, and hard to believe, like I said, just saw him about a month ago. Next one goes to former Texas Tech University president, Dr. Robert Lawless, he succeeded Loro Cavazos, who my freshman year, or incoming freshman year, I guess, left and became a member of the Ronald Reagan administration as the Secretary of Education. I think Dr. Harrigan filled in for a while, and then Robert Lawless became president after that, and he served until 1996, and then the creation of the chancellor position and everything else. Dr. Lawless had been the president, CEO of Southwest Airlines prior to coming to Texas Tech. Really good dude. Wife Marcy, fantastic. How I really got to know him was through covering Texas Tech and doing play-by-play for Lady Raider basketball, late 80s, early 90s. And he was a fan day one, and he was a huge fan of Lady Raider basketball before the national championship, before the first Southwest Conference title in 92. He was there. He was a huge backer. And, all of our banquets and everything, like it'd be Dr. Lawless and Marcy and T. Jones and everything. I'd be sitting up there. I'd be emceeing it, T. Jones would be telling me, hey, here's some advice. Don't eat anything until you're done speaking. You're going to get stuff on your shirt. Well, good advice. I always listen to that all through the years. Decades later, if I got to speak, I don't eat until after it's all over. But Dr. Lawless, he really helped energize Texas Tech in the 80s into the 90s, late 80s into the 90s, in positioning it to become a university system, to have a chancellor. And, in 92, after the Lady Raiders won their first Southwest Conference title, Cheryl Swoop's junior year, along with Krista Kirkland-Gerlich and Cynthia Klinger and a slew of others, he invited our whole team, everybody out to the president's house. So here I am. We were juniors? No, I was a senior that year. Yeah, sorry. 1 year older than Krista. Sorry, Krista, you're still young. And so they invited the whole team out for a barbecue at the president's house. And I'm like, this is the coolest thing I have ever been involved in. And it wasn't the old president's house like on campus, but it was one off 19th. And it was either 19th or 20th back in there. I can't remember which. And I was living off of 21st in Detroit about the same time. So it really wasn't that far. I just remember telling Dr. Lawless, hey, we're practically neighbors. You ought to come over sometime. But the graciousness that he had bringing us in, it was so cool. And it had the president's house at the time had a ton of historical stuff, which was really neat to be able to see and go in. And I mean, we were there for a long time. So fast forward, post-national championship, they're there and everything, still supporting. He leaves, goes to Tulsa. And every year we played in, I would say almost every year, we played at Oklahoma State, that Dr. Lawless and his wife Marcy would come down, drive down, sit behind our bench, Lady Raider bench, would be there early, would visit, would support, still were there. And you would never know. And he was just a guy. He was just a dude. And I got to do so many cool things thanks to Coach Sharp and the Lady Raiders and everything. One of the things I got to develop a friendship with Dr. Lawless. So huge Raiderland helmet sticker to Dr. Lawless. He was a Red Raider. Truly a Red Raider, a supporter, and just good people. And he was always nice to me, and he never had any reason to be nice to me. I wasn't anybody. A very interesting growth time for the university. So, Dr. Lawless, here's to you. Thank you for everything you did. So those are my two helmet stickers tonight. Maybe another minute or two if you want to jump in. Oh, I mentioned early on, Heinz 57. Yeah. Hash browns, French fries. It's the perfect thing. I don't know. We had this on Twitter today, and somebody's like, what is that? It's Heinz 57, man. It's the best thing. Dr. Lawless handed you your diploma. I think he handed me mine, I think. It's a good question. He spoke. So I graduated in 1992, but I had to go to the first summer session. So I didn't graduate. I didn't get to walk in the spring. So I had to wait. We didn't have summer graduation back then. So I had to wait until the fall of 92. And I really didn't want to go and everything. And, I'm like, okay, my parents, I got to go. So I got to walk. So he was actually the speaker in the winter graduation of 1992. So I don't know if he handed me my diploma or not. I just remember I drew the bad luck of having to sit in the front row, and you can't really screw around and relax and nap or anything in the front row. You got to sit there interminably. And yeah, so actually he spoke at my graduation. Timbo, it may be, I don't know what year it was when you graduated. Could have been the same thing. See, I don't remember who handed me my diploma. You didn't get a diploma. You got a little thing that you had to redeem or wherever for the diploma. I think I still know where my diploma is. It may be in this very studio brought to you by Arctic Air. I don't know. '92, yeah. So yeah, we're same era, Red Raiders. Rock on. I know we spoke. I don't remember who handed me the diploma. It's really weird. Yeah, well, it's nice. Got one. It's in that little black leather thing, and everything. Surely I have it. Tomorrow, Tuesday's best. Get ready for it. Check out the website in the morning, theraiderland.com. Don't miss out. We don't run a message board, but we do take your comments on there. So feel free to comment. The best thing you can do, everything you can do, is retweet, to share. Whether you're on YouTube like Timbo, whether you're on Twitter like or X like Fake Natalie Maines, Randy's on Facebook. If everybody will take this stuff, share it, invite more people in, thank our sponsors like Domino's Pizza, like Lifts West and Red River, United Supermarkets, Boot City, all of our great sponsors. If you guys will share that and grow it, invite people in and say, hey, we're having fun every day. Why don't you have fun with us? Might be talking about something you care about. Might be talking about Heinz 57 sauce on hash browns. Ain't nothing better. That if you will do that for us, that's the biggest thing, the best thing you can do, other than your participation right here live. All right, we got to hit the end button. I'm going to hit this over here. Hold on. Then ask me again, like, are you sure? No, really. I mean, we got to end the show. A lot of fun. We'll see you guys tomorrow.